Welcome, friends, villagers. We're in Alaska near the Mendenhall Glacier, and we're on the Quantum of the Seas Bigfoot Cruise. Yes, the cruise that we have been talking about. It's been going well. People have been fantastic, and we're cruising this morning trying to get the views of the glacier and the waterfalls and such. It's been quite the experience. Alaska's beautiful, and it's still cold up here. See the pieces of ice floating in the water? And we're actually on the balcony here with me and Angie. It's about 8 o'clock on our 5th day. Yesterday we took a group out fishing, which was fantastic. Caught a bunch of fish, and you'll see a video about that. If it's not already up, it'll be up soon. But caught some Dolly Varden, bull trout. And some salmon. Overall, great day. So what we're doing right now is we're kind of cruising along, making circles. Just kind of being patient. The boat we're on is called Quantum of the Seas, and it's huge. Thousands of people. And food's been really good. Shore excursions have been fun. Our next stop is Juneau, and that's going to be later today. I'm actually giving my Bigfoot talk in about 2 hours. It's 8 o'clock in Alaska right now, so everyone's up a little early just to cruise around the glacier here. See if I can get an angle for you from where we've been. Kind of looking back up the channel of where we were. That's where the glacier was. I'm trying to let you see the valley we're in. It's beautiful. The rock walls in here kind of remind you of a fjord you'd see. Super steep, magnificent, green. People in Alaska say that they've had a little bit of a dry summer, but not bad. I've seen a few whales as we've been cruising along. Seen some interesting people on the cruise. We've had individuals from all over the U.S., Canada, and the U.K. I went fishing with a man yesterday who had never caught a fish in a river, and he caught his first salmon in a river yesterday. Let's go and get you view up the river here, or up the channel. The water's kind of got this glacier tip to it because the water coming down the glacier kind of grinds away the soil and makes the seawater look murky. Generally, it's been super clear, and beautiful. Pretty good piece of ice. Take a look at it. Look at that, it has rocks and things on it. So that's broken away. Pretty cool. So how that big rock got on that piece of ice and how it's going to get transported around. Kind of cruise around and look for wildlife on the shore, see if we see anything interesting. So today, after I give my talk, we're going to Juneau, and there's a town hall meeting, and we'll sit down and talk to the locals and hear some stories that they have about Bigfoot. That'll be fun. The island we fished on yesterday had a city called Juneau, H-O-O-N-A-H on it. And a big island. And the fishing guide said that the locals talk about Kushtaka. And it said it's not a Bigfoot. And locals say that it exists on the island, but Bigfoot does not. There on top. Catching a glimpse of it. 1/10 of the snow's gone, but up here in Alaska, we're still seeing it. We were pretty lucky. The cruise people gave us a balcony on one side of the ship, so we can just come around outside, hang out, and watch the views without being around the crowds. But I'd encourage anybody who likes the outdoors to come to Alaska for the cruise, just because the places you can reach on the ship that you may not be able to reach if you would drive in or just flew into one city and say visited Anchorage. So there's a really cool looking waterfall straight ahead. Try to give you a zoom on that. And these are the sites I'm talking about that you'd never see if you were just flying into one town or visiting the town you weren't on the ship. Haven't seen any bears. People have talked about them. Up in the mountains there and see the water coming down the hills. And then we're always looking for wildlife on the shoreline. And since we are filming in 4K, we should be able to pick things out and know that is not us coughing. So we're on a balcony and there's dozens of other people all around us, and that's somebody hacking up a COVID over us. coming up. So if you guys are interested next year, they said that they're going to do the cruise again. I won't be there, but some stellar Bigfoot researcher will be, no doubt. And Marty and Nikki, the organizers, will gather up. Told me last night that trying to finalize who it will be. No guarantees yet, but I'm sure it's going to be fun. Things like this are always better the second year because they get the kinks out of the process and things go a lot better. I was late yesterday getting off the ship for the first fishing expedition. Sorry to that group. And then Dr. Meldrum had the same issue getting on his first excursion. So maybe those kinks can be worked out and won't be those issues. So if that was me, I could just cruise along in a small boat along the coastline and just look at all kinds of stuff. Bear running down that valley right there, that'd be awesome. So we've seen a lot of people on the cruise here that write up and make comments on the videos, and I know by name because I've seen their comments, but it's kind of neat to meet them. And the funny thing is that it's usually one spouse that really wants to come and then convinces the other to come. And then they say, hey, you just got to watch a few of Dave's videos and get your thoughts about him before you start. And then they both say, hey, we're both watching. So that's kind of cool. That's appreciated. So kind of the schedule today is we're going to dock in Juneau, go to the town hall meeting. That'll be a couple hours. And then a friend of mine, Rob Alley, who wrote the book Maine Coast Sasquatch, which is an absolutely fantastic book, is going to speak. And Rob is really an expert on Native American First Nations relationship with Bigfoot, which is pretty cool. And one of the things he talked about in Maine Coast Sasquatch is that Bigfoot has been known to swim amongst the islands that we're at right now. And people that have a small boat that would dock their boat near land while they were fishing Bigfoot had been known to come onto the boat at night. It's a true story. And he had many stories about that in his book. And people would talk to him about it after they realized that other people had experienced it as well. I'm just trying to find cool things on shore here. And Rob talks about the natives, the kind of the reverence they have for Bigfoot. And of course, Dr. Meldrum's been here, talked to him, brought his wife. And I think that was one of the first times that she's gone with him on a trip, so that was pretty neat to meet her. And he gives his presentation the last day. After we leave Juneau today, or late tonight, we then go to Vancouver Island, stop there, and then the last day pull back up into Seattle and go home and see Hawk. A lot of people said, "Where's Hawk? How come you didn't bring Hawk?" It would have been insane. First of all, I don't think we could, although some people kind of look at this iceberg thing. It's deep tones of blue. Miss Angie talking. She's kind of leading the parade for me, pointing out things. How's the cruise been for you, Ange?
It's a lot of fun. It's beautiful.
So one day we went fishing on a creek/river, and then one day we went out and fished off a boat. Caught a bunch of salmon, halibut, rockfish, and had it shipped home. So when we get back, we'll hopefully have some fresh salmon, which is awesome. Angie's got the binoculars out. We're trying to see, she's trying to find something for you that I could hone in on and give you a good view. But for me, that view you're looking at right now as we're cruising along is, I could just look at that all day. Little cove. Kind of neat looking. Now, if there was something that wanted to come down to the water, that'd be the point. So the bears here are smart. What they'll do is they'll come down to a sandy beach and they'll dig around for clams and eat them. And then the locals said that the Bigfoot do the same thing. They'll come down to the beach, dig around, sometimes go into the water, but they'll dig in the sand for clams and stuff. So generally on the trip, we haven't seen these floating icebergs. These are coming off the glacier way upstream. They're pretty interesting looking. Let's see what this one has on it. It's got something. So remember the ship's moving. Coming up on another waterfall here. Going back. Yeah, the locals said that some of the islands have black bear, some of the islands have brown bear, and they don't call them grizzly bears up here, they call them brown bears. And they say the interaction between the bears and the people on the island pretty mundane. There's very rarely a problem or an attack. Said that the bears have so much food, they just kind of stay away from each other, stay away from people, etc. But they're big, up to 1,000 pounds. And so right now in where we're at, it's about 49 degrees. It's probably the coolest it's been since we've been out. A couple of days fishing, it was up to 60. But if you're coming to Alaska, don't expect it to be real warm. Expect it to be rainy. In fact, in Juneau today, it's supposed to rain all day. But since we've been out fishing and in the outdoors, no rain. We've been so lucky. And we both put on wristbands, took boning, took all kinds of stuff to make sure that we didn't get seasick. And when we went out, the water was just super calm and very lucky. In fact, the guide even said, the captain of the boat that we were on, that it was a great day. We were lucky. Gotta love that. So you talk about fresh water. It's about as fresh as you're going to get right there, coming out of the mountains. That's really cool. Visitor. I'm going to guess this is some kind of Juneau local cruise. How dare he inhibit our silence on the cruise with his engines, but coming close. Uh-oh, looks like ramming speed. Hey, turn away, turn away. So what these guys do is they put, it's a pilot vessel, and they'll put on someone on our ship to guide us into port. That's what's happening. So enough of that. Back to the waterfall. There you go. An honest to goodness Alaskan waterfall. And how nice. They put the ship at a full stop. Here, see what we see. See anything there, let me know. Send me a note. Sometimes when you're looking at it with a big screen, I'm looking at it with a little tiny screen. You can see a lot more things than I can. Well, so I'm going to turn this around a bit. So anyhow, I got to put my mug on the show a little bit. It's been a great trip. We kind of thought about whether it was a good thing to do or not, but in general, I'd for sure do it again. I was last in Alaska maybe 15 years ago, and it's just a place I could go here every year, just for the fishing, for the outdoors. I'm not real keen on being around a ton of people, like thousands at dinner, but the only thing about the Alaska cruise, it's not a big party cruise. Like years ago, I've been on a Carnival cruise to Mexico. That was like a big party. This isn't. This was a mature crowd, I'd say. Some younger people, a lot of kids, but more of a family atmosphere. And I would say that Royal Caribbean has been really, really good as far as organization. Their food on the buffets has been outstanding, in my opinion. And then every once in a while, you can go in their specialty restaurants. There's a place called the Chop House and Italian food, and you can go in there. And we ate at the Italian restaurant one night. That was outstanding. So. And breakfast time, there's always a huge breakfast buffet. That's where we're headed next before I give my presentation. And then a lot of times we'll miss lunch on the ship because we're off. But yeah, I would like this, what you're looking at right here, to be my office window. But I probably wouldn't get any work done, so that would be a problem. But so that's kind of the Alaska cruise. I'm going to post up a second video of fishing in Juneau, and you'll see the afternoon group that we were with. That's a lot shorter video. Show you the sights, the creek, the river, and some of the fish that were caught. So it's kind of the enough of me. back to the shore. Couple more close-ups for you. I wish I could catch something for you on shore. Or a whale going by. We've seen a few whales. But anyhow, that is the Alaska cruise. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you like it, give it a thumb up. More will be posted soon. And remember MontanaCon, October 8th in Kalispell. And there'll be nothing but Bigfoot nonstop. We still have a handful of seats left for October 8th at the Red Lion Hotel. I hope you can get out there. Angie, I will be there. Have our table set up. We'll be talking to you all day. In the meantime, be safe, have fun, be friendly. Paulides out.